Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be drafting a basic bodice pattern, and these are the measurements that we will need. My shoulder is 16 divided by 2, which is 8 inches. My bust is 36 divided by 4 is 9 inches. My shoulder to bust is 10 inches. My shoulder to waist is 16 inches. My round waist is 30 divided by 4 is 7.5. My hip is 36 divided by 4 is 9. My shoulder to hip is 22 inches. Now let's get started. My pattern paper is folded into two, so I'm going to be drafting the front first, then the back. So here I've already made my lines and labeled them as well. So from my shoulder to my bust is 10 inches. From my shoulder to my waist is 16 inches. And from my shoulder to my hip line is 22 inches. Now go ahead and draw all your lines and label them bust, waist, and hip line. So at the top from my center front, I'm marking 8 inches, which is half of my shoulder. And there I'm marking my neckline, which is 3 inches. So my neckline is 3 by 3 inches. Now go ahead and get your ruler and draw in the line to shape your neckline, your front neckline. With my curve ruler, I'm gonna shape my neckline. It's done. And you'll notice that our shoulder is not really straight. So go ahead and drop your shoulder by 1 inch and mark the line. And then from my shoulder line, I'm gonna mark my armhole. To get my armhole, I divided my bust by 6, then I added 1.5, and it gave me 7.5 inches. That's what I'm marking there. And that will be my chest line, my upper chest line. Now draw your armhole line. And then my bust divided by 4 is 9 inches. Mark your bust divided by 4 and mark it there. And you'll notice I didn't add any seam allowances because I'll be doing that on the actual fabric when I'll be using the pattern to cut on the fabric. So now on my armhole line, I need to get the midpoint. Go ahead and get your midpoint and mark it there. And then going inwards, I will mark 1/2 inch so that I can shape my front armhole It will help me move freely when I'm wearing the garment. Our front armhole is not straight, it's a bit curvy. So that's what I'm doing there, so that I can move freely when my arm can move freely when I'm wearing the garment. Go ahead and do that. And then my waist divided by 4, it's 7.5 inches. And then we will add 1 inch for the waist dart. Then it will be 8.5. From my waistline, I'm gonna mark half of my nipple to nipple measurements, which is 4 inches. So my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. And then go ahead and divide that by 2. That's how I got 4 inches. Then draw a straight line going upwards. From my bust, I came down by 1 inch. And then from my hip line, I came up by 2 inches. And then on my waist, on both sides, I marked 0.5 inches, 0.5 inches. Then go ahead and connect the lines to form our darts. There you go. You have your waist dart. And then my hip divided by 4 is, my hip is 36, divided by 4 is 9. So go ahead and connect all your lines, your bust, your waist, and your hip line. And also our back is not that straight, so then you go ahead and shape that to give it a smooth edge on the side. So the front is almost done. Now we will create the back borders. And because our paper is folded into 2, that's how we'll create our back borders on the same pattern. So at the top there, I'm gonna drop my neckline by 1 inch, my back neckline by 1 inch, and then shape my back neckline. So it's 3 by 1 inch. Make sure it's shaped nicely. And then on the armhole, the back armhole is usually shallower than the front armhole. So go ahead and create your armhole, your back armhole. And there, make your notches so that when you're cutting, you won't be confused. So we'll start by cutting the back first. Cut your hip line and your side seam. Then cut your back armhole first. That's where the notches come in hand. And cut your shoulder line as well, and your back neckline as well. And there I was tracing the lines on my back borders so that it's visible when I'll be redrawing my back borders. Trace all your draw all your lines, your waistline, your bust line and your chest line. And mark your back dart, your back waist dart. It's the same as the front. Go up by 2 inches from the hip line, and the back dart starts exactly on the bust line. Now go ahead and create your waist dart and mark it there. Make sure it's now labeled your pattern, bust, waist, and hip line. We're almost done, guys. That's our back and that's our front. So now go ahead and cut your front armhole and also cut your front neckline. And there we go. Our basic bodice pattern is ready, and this is the pattern that we will use in creating so many designs and cutting so many patterns with it. That's the bodice pattern that we will use. And I didn't add any zipper allowance or any seam allowance. We'll add that when we'll be cutting on the actual fabric. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, please share, and please like. Thank you so much. Bye.